everybody, this is Joy with joyslife.com, and today I'm going to show you the Crop A Dile Big Bite and the regular Crop A Dile. The Crop A Dile Big Bite is the pink one that you see on the right. It's also this orange one that you see in the middle. And the regular Crop A Dile is this smaller one right here. The Crop A Dile Big Bite is an amazing tool. It can cut paper, leather, fabric, plastic, thin tins, chipboard, and a lot of other things. I've used it to cut most of those things, except for leather. I haven't tried that yet, but I've even used it to cut ribbon, and it's done that pretty well. I needed to put a hole in ribbon one time, and it worked great. This thing is the same as the pink one. There's no difference at all except for color. I know it may look a little complicated, but I'm going to show you how to use it. Here we are at the top of the Crop A Dile Big Bite. The first selection that you see is the setting function. That allows you to set things like grommets and eyelets and snaps. If we just move the slider a little, we'll get to the 1/8 inch. That is the smallest hole that the Crop A Dile Big Bite will punch. Move it again, and we're at 3/16. That's the largest size that it will punch. If we turn it over, and I push down, you can see the large punch that the 3/16 will make. I'll slide it to an 1/8. That's the smaller. If I go all the way forward with the function for setting, you can see that the front will come down. And if there was something in there, it would smash it closed. So you're probably wondering what's so special about a giant hole punch? Well, it's the fact that it can do all the eyelets and everything, and it can also punch holes. But one of the best things about it is it can punch holes in really thick material. And it doesn't take a lot of pressure to do it. Because you squeeze it like this, it's much easier to make those holes, and you don't have to exert too much force to do it. So, for example, I'm going to punch through this box that you're all probably familiar with from the post office, and it should punch just very simply. My hand is on the Crop A Dile Big Bite, and I'm going to squeeze it and put the hole in the box. Now let's take a look. The hole, by the way, punches out right through the bottom, so that will just fall out onto your table. I don't know where it went, but there's the hole. So see, it does a great job. And that was through a box. No problem at all. I can hold it up in the air and do it. It's not any more difficult. I don't have to have it down on the table. And that was the 3/16 hole. Now I'll punch a 1/8 hole. And there it is. Ta-da! That almost made a smiley. I just need to draw a little happy face right there. Here's a quick little project that I made just using a very inexpensive little tin from the dollar store. And I also made these magnets. They're kind of fun. I've got a link to them on joyslife.com about how to make the magnets and how to make this little tin. I used the Crop A Dile Big Bite in this project to punch this little hole in the tin. It was perfect, and it was easy, and it was the best tool that I had for this project. Here's a super useful and fun project that you can do with a photo box, the Crop A Dile Big Bite, and a few eyelets. And frankly, you don't even need the eyelets to do this. You could just punch the holes in the box and pull the ribbons through. That's what I've done here. The ribbons are attached to some dowels inside. And this is how it looks. Oop, I have some extra on top. And it's a little messy right now because I had a little mishap. But in general, I made this myself with some inexpensive dowels. Just like that. I put them in there, punched the holes in the box, and threaded them through. This works great, and obviously, I'm going to keep it neat. It keeps my ribbon really nice. Excuse that part right there. We're going to pretend like we don't see it. La la la. This ribbon box is actually a great lead into my next point. The other thing that's so special about the Crop A Dile Big Bite, its reach. That's what makes it the Big Bite as opposed to just the regular Crop A Dile. This thing was able to make these holes because it can go in that far. It could really go in further. We just have to move one little piece like that. And that's what makes it so valuable to a scrapbooker or any crafter of any kind, really. If you're scrapbooking and you're using 12 by 12 paper, this can go the distance. This can get you to the middle. And it's got a nice little ruler right there too, which is nice. Let's say you were going to make a scrapbook page for Dear Old Dad, and you needed to get right to the center of one of these pages. Well, that's going to be really hard to do unless you have a separate little setting tool or you have to sacrifice some of your page just to get to it. But this Crop A Dile Big Bite can go right into the center and even past. See how that works? It can punch a hole all the way in the middle. And for your entertainment and knowledge, I will proceed to cut a hole in the center of my paper. Okay, admire the great reach of the Crop A Dile. And now squeeze, and there's a hole. It's a pretty terrific tool. I just love it. Now let me show you the smaller Crop A Dile. Say hello to my little friend. Here it is. If you're not a fan of Scarface, then you have no idea why I just said that. But anyway, this is the little Crop A Dile, and it has some eyelets in it. This whole case came with the Crop A Dile that I got. So we just pop it out, and there it is. Much smaller, just as well made. Everything that I have used by Weir Memory Keepers is excellent quality. I mean, they're really, really well made. I've been so pleased with everything. Here is the Big Bite next to the little one. Now you can really see a difference. Like any good crafter, you want to know what the little Crop A Dile does, right? Well, it does exactly the same thing. It just doesn't have as long a reach. It looks strange, though, like a lobster claw. But now on this one, these are the sides that do the punches. You can see, right there, that side does the 1/8, and that one the 3/16. The only difference, the reach. This one can set eyelets and snaps and things like that. But that's as far as it can go. Now see the difference? There was the Crop A Dile Big Bite. Big brother. Little brother. Both of the Crop A Diles come with instructions, and I still use mine when it's been a while since I've used the Big Bite or the regular Crop A Dile. It's especially helpful when it comes to these top blocks and bottom blocks. These are the things that will tell you what you need to set it for if you're using like the 3/16 eyelet or whatever you might need. It'll give you all that information. So let's take a look at the Crop A Dile. With the function selector in this position, I'm now ready to set an eyelet. I have the top block set to the 3/16 eyelet setter, and it has a little A next to it right there. All of these little things have a letter. I think that's a B. And there's a C. Oh, there's the B. The bottom block of the Big Bite works just like the top, but in this case it has a number instead of a letter. There's a 3, and then we can change it. There's a 4, and a 1, and so on. To put it in place, you just push it back in. Now they're matched up. Here I have some of my favorite eyelets. Aren't they pretty? I really like these. They work great, and they're made by the same people who make the Crop A Dile. I've selected this little cricket green colored eyelet, and I'm going to put it in this 3/16 hole using the Crop A Dile. First, we'll place the eyelet in the hole. Now that the eyelet's in the hole, you can see that it needs to be squished so it'll stay in the paper. And that's what we're going to use the Crop A Dile for. What I try to do is to get the eyelet lined up with the top block. Sometimes this can be difficult. And then once it's there, you just squeeze. And now the eyelet is set into the paper. And there's the other side. Awesome! Well, now you know a little bit more about the Crop A Dile and the Crop A Dile Big Bite. You can use them in scrapbooking and card making and just things around the house. It's good that they make it in pink so you can keep it away from the men because it really is a tool. And I really think that, you almost just need one in a toolbox because they're very, very handy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you keep coming to joyslife.com. See you guys later.